All right. I have a Henry Weinhardt's root beer, some biscuits with some pumpkin butter. I'm living the high life.
We'll do a rundown. I have a Diet Coke.
Thank you.
And I've got a Weinhardt's root beer.
Weinhardt?
Weinhardt's.
Henry Weinhardt.
Weinhard. Okay. It's not a hard root beer, though.
No.
That's just the name of the guy.
No.
Yeah.
Blitz Weinhard Gourmet Soda Company.
Coca-Cola bottling. No.
Okay,
So
fancy,
when
huh?
you guys hear this, it'll be, what did we just say? November 2nd, that Monday. I think there's a planned release after Halloween. Because big things have happened the week of. This is weird doing this. Like, it seems normal to do it on Zoom, but like to look at you guys and do this.
Oh, more like in the
feels
same
weird.
room.
Yeah.
Well, it feels harder to address the audience, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
True.
But, so it's November 2nd, probably. If not, who cares? Mm-hmm. This is an audio-only podcast, if you haven't picked up on that one.
Because we're lost in a space-time continuum somewhere in Ohio.
So we are live at the Hayloft in Caldwell, Ohio.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
And it's pretty cool. It's been a great experience so far. This morning we went on a couple mile hike.
2 mile.
Yeah. And that was pretty cool. Just down a gravel road. We found an abandoned camper.
Who didn't go in
Downhill.
it?
No, I mean, had we wanted to go in it, it would have been almost impossible for us to get to it. It was like downhill on a cliff, like it's like halfway off a cliff. But I found an urge within myself that I've never had before to just be like, this is my camper now. Like it looked in halfway decent shape. Like I was
It
like,
did.
Zach's just.
I was
now
asking
he's a
you guys,
camper
like-
guy.
Really wants a camper.
I was like, if we just took it, like how would you get the title and everything like squared away? But no.
Could be fun. We could write a good
You're
song
a
in
pretty
there.
good lawyer, I feel like.
Yeah. So this is our second official day here. Nick and I got in on a Thursday night, and then we had Paul about lunchtime on Friday, and it's Saturday now.
Yep.
So
It's great.
we're about to head into our second songwriting session.
Whoop, whoop.
Second
a pretty good
full
one,
one. We've done a lot of picking around and a lot of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done some work.
We have.
We've got one song coming out of it so far. We'll see what comes out of it next.
I mean, that was the coolest thing, not to like, show how the sausage is made too much, but we were like really struggling. Like, should we work on one that we already have kind of worked out, like one of us had written, and I was almost like, no, that doesn't count as like an actual songwriting session. So we did actually end up squaring away the bridge to one I had written, and Nick played a few for us, and then we were like, let's give ourselves permission to write a crappy song.
ever.
And then we were like, all right, let's go
So
for
we
it.
did.
And we wrote,
Just started throwing cheese on the sandwich.
That's a lot of cheese. What good cheese?
then as we went, we were just like, no, that's a dumb line, or that one's too dumb, or that one works, or that's not correct syntax, or whatever. And then we just, it's a cool song.
It's pretty sweet.
I hope it
Zach
makes the
hitting us
next
with
album.
the grammar on that one verse. Last night.
It's like it's actually you and me on that specific instance, which I think I'm correct on that. But if I'm not,
Don't
maybe
care.
I'm not.
I mean, yeah, you're correct.
We have to go back to the original lyric then.
Well, I like the way it is now.
Yeah.
And I think our listeners are going to like it.
Not to, tell you guys how the sausage is made or anything.
Did that
No one wants to know.
Did
how
that
the
one
sausage
crack
is
you
made,
up, Paul?
man. That's,
Bro,
an,
is that a Kentucky phrase?
No, it's a real phrase.
I ain't never heard that before in my
that's
life.
an expression because you don't want to know what's in the sausage.
Yeah.
It just tastes good.
You don't want to see the meat being wrapped up in
I
plastic.
just never
or
heard that
whatever
one,
is.
man. But I've seen...
Whatever that is on sausage that keeps it together.
I've seen how they made sausage. They have it on how it's made. Oh, great. Informational. Anyway, I just never heard that phrase.
Paul's still enjoying his biscuit.
I'm going to start using it.
Yeah, so this is, I guess, we were going to do a podcast where it was the steak and eggs podcast. Which
We
is
had
what
steak and
we
eggs
had.
for breakfast.
Yeah, we did.
And,
Protein.
Nick made the eggs and Paul made the steak, and all I did was put the biscuits on the pan. But I vetoed that one hardcore because I know that a lot of people don't love listening to people munch on food.
And now Paul's eating biscuits.
Sorry you had to listen to me.
I feel like
eating
biscuits are approachable because it's kind of a dry, you kind of like, oh, they're eating something dry versus like
They were flaky.
steak and eggs, like you just have kind of that
And
weird.
now we're making the sounds that people
Yeah.
aren't going to like.
That's okay. They'll never know.
People are like trying not to crash their cars out of
Can I
food.
talk about this pumpkin butter, though? Because it was amazing.
Yeah, shout out to
Shout out to y'all's mom.
to Mom.
She's amazing. I feel like she's becoming one of my moms, too. So maybe she'll
She'll claim you for sure.
Okay, cool.
I always feel weird saying stuff like that, but she would for sure be like, yep, He's one of the boys.
She's great. That pumpkin butter was amazing. I never had pumpkin butter till today, everybody. It's so great.
Super good.
So good.
It was good. I'll tell this
Frankly,
story.
honestly,
For those of you who haven't had it, it's like imagine like apple butter or like some kind of fruit preserves,
Yeah,
but
like a
it's
jam.
like pumpkin pie flavored.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good. Taylor and I, we got a few jars as well, and we have some left over. So I said, I think I'm going to bring some pumpkin butter on the trip for the guys. And she was like, well, you better pay your mom a visit and get some more of it.
That's good.
So it's good stuff. So let's do a rundown. Let's just talk. It's a little special, a quick, special edition again, live from the Hayloft.
Whoop, whoop.
So I'll say this first. I've been saying this all weekend, so the guys are tired of hearing me tell the story. But on the way here, it's about a 5-hour drive from where Paul is in Michigan and from we are in Kentucky. So it was pretty convenient. It wasn't halfway because it would have been faster for us to go either to Detroit or for Paul to come to Louisville. So, but it was good. It's been a good getaway.
Equilateral distance.
Yes, it was at least equal driving. So long story short, I started listening to Lore, the podcast, and it's great.
It's fantastic.
I had people recommend it before, and I just never got into it. And it was awesome on the drive here because I ran out of armchair experts to listen to. And so long story short, Lore is like really cool, and it's got some great like history kind of research in it, but it's also kind of creepy at times. It talks about urban legends and creepy historical figures. And so I'm listening to this podcast and getting like increasingly creeped out. And then I get here and I'm waiting for Nick to get
You
here.
got like 2 hours alone.
So I go to the grocery store, and the grocery store is a little sketchy, and then I come back and I'm still by myself, and I'm listening to Lore, and he's talking about the Jersey Devil, and I'm like, oh, it's just New Jersey. It's just... like, I'm not... I am known to, get frightened or whatever. No one likes the dark or whatever, but, like, I'm not a big scaredy cat, but just being here in a giant hay barn and then listening to Lore was not a good call. Anyway, so then Nick gets here, had some party pizzas.
Party pizzas.
Party pizzas.
No, it was a fun drive in. I don't, this is nothing against the city. I don't like driving through Cincinnati. I feel like they're always working on that road. I feel like, was it 77 that runs through Cincinnati, or is it 75?
75.
Is it 75? Whatever one it is, I feel like every time I've been on that interstate, they're always working on it.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good drive in. Drank way too much caffeine.
Yeah, it was good. We got here, and it is available on Airbnb. It's not we're not sponsoring us or anything other than hosting us for this weekend. But
And they've been super accommodating and great.
yeah,
really
such a
cool.
cool guguy. And
Jasper,
his dad's
shout out to
here too.
Jasper.
Yeah. Jasper the dog. Just a cool spot, but being a barn and kind of being out in the middle of nowhere, it is a little bit inherently creepy. You don't want to it doesn't feel
It's
haunted
not
or
creepy,
anything.
It's just like...
At
it's
night, it's easy to
dark.
give yourself the heebie-jeebies if you
Yes.
start telling ghost stories or whatever,
Yeah,
like Paul
when
did
you
last
go
night.
in a room and then you jump up and down and clap your hands and the cabinet door comes open. I ran off screaming. I'll admit it.
But yeah, let me backtrack. It's not creepy, but it's easy when you're by yourself in a large place and it's dark to start being like, ooh.
Oh yeah, especially if you've never been here before and you don't know because now when I first saw it, it was dark, and then when I saw it in the daytime, the dark parts of it made more sense.
But yeah, it's back to the point. It's super charming, so yeah, I would recommend it. Book it.
Absolutely.
It's rustic. It's got great kind of eclectic decoration.
Yeah.
Good for kids over 7 is what they said. But we've been camping out in the Hayloft, or not specifically the actual thing, the Hayloft, the upper level, on these cots because there were 3 of them versus the 2 in the main bedroom or the 1 in the back bedroom.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been a good time.
Yeah.
It's great. Good story times.
If you enjoy just relaxing, not sightseeing vacation, but one where you can just go and just spend time and just be this place is perfect.
Yeah.
Because the living space is super comfortable, it's super nice,
Very
just
open,
aesthetically pleasing. And then the landscape is nice, and there's some nice easy walking trails, and it's
Yeah.
just
The view is amazing.
Yep.
Out this window.
No
but
doubt.
it's interesting because, Nick and I are pretty used to views like that. In Kentucky, you get a lot of those, and they start to become kind of background.
Yeah.
You don't really appreciate them as much, but just looking out, it's this big I wouldn't call it a mountain. I don't know that it's a mountain, but a big hilled area with all these trees, and it's the fall, so
It's gorgeous.
it's been awesome. It's just been really cool just to get together, write songs, and
Yeah.
eat food pretty
I like
much.
the porch, too. It's a nice porch.
It's a
Good old
nice
front porch. Drank some coffee out there with Nick this morning. We were all out there plucking away at the guitars. It was great. Good
Yeah.
time. It was nice. They're beefy boys, eh?
So let's go. So that was that first day.
Yeah. And then
Just kind of bunked up there. Paul got here. Before Paul got here, Nick and I went and played a round of disc golf.
Yep.
So that was good.
It's a little 9-hole course. It's fun. One of them's on the side of like a cliff.
Yeah.
So like, be careful.
Well,
It's craziness.
It's interesting because when we've never done this. We've literally never sat down and said, we're going to write songs as the three of us.
yeah.
And so there's a certain amount of, you have to like unwind a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta kind of like
Yeah.
loosen up, get your mind off of everything else that you've got going on in your life, and just
It might
focus
be-
on nothing basically, so you can, I don't know, like explore the different corners of your mind and like different thoughts and emotions and stuff. And it's hard to do that if like you focus on the ones that are real and at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I literally, that whole first day up until Paul got here, and we actually, then we went back out and we wanted to see, where did we go?
We tried to find some trail, but it didn't
Yeah,
work.
we wanted
ended
to
up
find a
making our
hiking
own.
trail.
Hiking trail. We ended up just walking along the Ohio River.
Which was fun.
Was that a dam, though? Was that one dam? So that was kind of cool, because there's a big dam. But then we just made our own trail, which was
It's a
cool.
family podcast. You have to say
Yeah.
darn.
Sorry, we found a darn.
Not to
There's a
put
big old
And,
darn.
there's a
I have to
darn.
put the explicit podcast.
A lot of
the
water
explicit label on
at
the
the darn,
podcast.
because that's what happens at darns. But
That dang.
yeah, that was in West Virginia, right? Yeah, we were.
I think we
were-
technically no. I think we were in West Virginia, but when we actually went to the trail, it was in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's just right there.
Oh,
Doesn't the Ohio split? West Virginia and Ohio?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm so bad with my.
I know some of Kentucky's geography. I
We're
notoriously
not
asked.
even in Kentucky right now.
All I know is I'm not in Michigan anymore.
That's my thing. Is like I barely know Kentucky, so I definitely don't know West Virginia's and Ohio's.
That's fair.
yeah.
Either way, it was cool.
So that was good. So I felt like we procrastinated a little bit, but it was good. It was healthy. I felt like that's the right way to go about it. But Nick was like, "You need to chill out," because I was like the whole time like, "We just have to come away from this weekend with some songs. Otherwise, like, I mean, we got to do it because that's what we said we do." And Nick's like,
Just
chill out,
relax.
man.
They'll,
It's all good.
they'll happen.
Yeah.
And then we did. We sat down and literally one of the best ones in a while have come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
I wouldn't say best ones in a while, but like a really good one came
It's a
out.
good
We
one.
were expecting something kind of just like, meh, we'll work on
Hey,
it.
Jasper's on the porch.
Hey, Jasper, come
Jasper
podcast,
is
bro. Jasper.
Jasper's the resident
The resident dog.
Jasper's a champ.
Great.
Oh, that was unsettling.
Oh, I think he wants to hang out.
There he is. He's at the door. Hey,
Can we
buddy.
let him in?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know if he's an indoor dog or not. He looks excited. Yeah, he's just chilling.
There's a pancakes.
Jasper. You can't hear me.
Okay.
Long story short, we ate some very cheap spaghetti, which turned out
Dude, it was so
amazing.
good, though.
It'd be so good.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Bigfoot,
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, what am I coming up with? Statues in the area.
Memorabilia.
Yeah. So we were hoping to see one. Didn't happen.
Yeah, not yet anyway. I don't know. There's still time.
Gotta go squatching.
Yeah.
Squatching.
I mean, I did have my shirt off earlier, so
I wonder if there is
But
any
anyway.
Sasquatch merch around here, because I would love to have some Squatch merch.
it'd be pretty sweet.
When I went to
Great.
Red River Gorge, I got a little Squatch magnet. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
You know the people that do the laser cutouts of metal? It's one of those. It's
Metal.
Metal.
And then so once we'd had our fill of songwriting last night, also, side note, my allergies have been like, I'm not uncomfortable, but I can tell I'm like notably allergy ridden. So it's crazy.
You sound good.
Stoofy. Makes me sound like a country artist. Then we decided we're just gonna hang out. Just go hang out in the loft, and we
great.
thought we talked for like. I mean, we went up there around 11, maybe, right?
It was like
11 or so.
11:30.
And then we thought we talked for like 3 hours, and then it was like 12:01.
Yeah, I was slightly
What the heck?
disappointed and confused.
Yeah, it was really confusing.
I felt like when we got up to the loft, time slowed down. So I don't know what's going on here. It must
possible.
be something with the magnetic field or, I don't know, the air pressure. But
I think ultimately we were just all very tired. Paul started singing Scene Kid songs. And
yeah, I was root beer
what were you
wasted.
guys? What was the thing? I was just
Paul and I
over
were
there.
like
You were like marching around the kitchen.
singing Rock Show by Blink-182.
So I had a couple root beers in me, and I don't know, I needed to, just needed to walk it off. So I just started, doing a little march around the counter, and then someone said something. It made me think of Rock Show by Blink-182. So I started singing, and then Nick joined in, and we were marching around, man.
It was a
Trying
good
to get the
time.
walls of Jericho to fall down,
Wow.
I don't know that they sang Blink-182 in the Bible.
It's all about interpretation. But anyway, yeah, it was a great time. We told some stories up there in the loft. Bought this haunted house I lived in. It was great. We had a bunch of other things. Quoted some movies. It was great.
Yeah.
And then I woke up at, like I said, I think 3:30 or something. 3:30, 3:45. And I was like, oh man, I feel like I just slept for like a week. And I was like, I've only been asleep for like 3 hours. Are you kidding me right now? I can't get up. It's dark. I'm not going around this place by myself at night. But anyway.
It is funny how, like, this is, again, I want to say this because I don't want people thinking, it is not a creepy place.
It's not.
It
It's
feels very
gorgeous.
homey. It feels comfy. The people are cool. But it is funny how three grown men
Start telling ghost stories.
left on their
Like,
own will be
you
like,
all sleep in the same room?
We could have each had our own room.
yeah, we could have for
realistically.
sure.
And
had
we
our
picked
own.
the worst beds here.
There are
no
plenty
offense.
of comfy beds. We picked the cots upstairs.
Yeah, we pick like the cots that are intended for kids. Like we're sleeping on twin-sized beds.
But it's fun, and I do love this place. Like we have said, the owners have been really nice. They told us good stories about their glory days. And
Yeah, if you like
the
talking hockey,
days.
you gotta come here.
Yeah, it's super cool. But yeah, I would come here again. 10 out of 10.
It's good times. So we're about to hit our second major songwriting session. Again, we were picking some guitars on the front porch earlier. That's cool. Like, we just don't
It
get
was
to do
nice.
that. Like, I could do that at my house, I guess, but I have a stoop. I don't have a front porch. I have to be on the back. Stoop kid. So let's see. So this podcast will come out right after Halloween. So let's talk briefly once more about Ghostbusters.
Whoop!
Yeah, did we say that
Busted
on
makes me
here?
feel
What?
good.
We talked about that on the last podcast.
We did talk about Ghostbusters on the last podcast. So the two album covers that we considered on the last podcast, neither of those got used.
No,
So
they got scrapped.
Scrap.
we
We
used
did a whole
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 fresh
new
logo.
thing,
Yeah.
yo.
It was really cool.
I'm down with that one.
Yep.
And depending on what we're able to get done this week, there might be a video, an accompanying visualizer, if you will, for Ghostbusties.
That's going to be. Oh, yeah. Because, the future. Yep, never mind. I'm caught up.
Yeah.
I just
We're-
jumped out
we're a
of the
week in the
Space
future right
Time
now.
Infinity
More than a
War
week.
Came out.
We're
I
still.
don't know, man. I don't know what's happening.
What year is it?
So what are you guys plans for Halloween? What did you do on Halloween, rather?
I
To
worked.
talk about the past.
It was great.
Worked on Halloween.
Worked. Yep.
Scary Frappuccino.
I technically have to work on Halloween as well, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I dressed up like a Starbucks barista and went to work. It was a great time.
handed out coffee instead of candy.
Yep, it was great. Because, COVID.
not free.
We're doing like a trunk or treat thing.
Yeah.
But because of COVID and the pandemic and everything, we've got this whole social distance thing where it's all separate, but we're still decorated up. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was a good. This time continuum's messing me up.
Yeah, it was a great time.
It was a great time.
So if it's trunk or treat, does that mean you can get a treat or you can get the trunk? Like, do you get stuffed in the trunk?
Always
or you
wondered
just get
about
the mystery
that. It's kind
item
of
in
a
there?
weird play on words.
So the way that I always rationalize it in my mind, because I do that too. I'm like, what does the or mean? Why is there an or? But if you're the adult, most of the time
You
they're
got
not
the
handing
trunk.
you candy, but you can just enjoy the way people have their trunks decorated.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you could pick.
Even pre-COVID,
It's just the name of it, man. It's just
trick
a
or
play
treat,
on
man.
words.
Ain't nobody ever played tricks on me on Halloween. I was just like, give me the candy.
I don't know
was
if I
asking to
ever,
get tricked.
if I talked about this in the last podcast or not, but we carved pumpkins at our house, and
That's adorable.
Taylor's looked awesome. She had done some ghosts, and Millie, our dog, ate the face off of Taylor's pumpkin.
Aww.
So it's now just a pumpkin with a hole in it.
I love Millie.
She is pretty awesome, but she's also
There was that one year,
She cray.
Zach, you cut 2 holes for the eyes and then a little like D shape for the mouth.
the tiny face pumpkin.
That's awesome.
It was great. It was like
I should have
like
tried
a little
to do.
emoji.
I should have tried to do a VOK pumpkin. I've still got a week. I might do another one. That
True.
could be fun.
True.
Challenge. Well, no, because it's over. I was going to say challenge to the listeners if someone wants to do an OK pumpkin. That's
Ew, for
Okay,
next year.
pumpkin?
Get it ready for next
Actually,
year.
like after the drive home tomorrow, I think we're carving pumpkins with Abby.
sweet.
Rock and roll.
You have to,
She-
you have to be
she
like a
went to-
stencil, though. You know.
She
you can't-
her cousin had like a birthday party, just a little small thing, and they swung through the pumpkin patch and got some stuff. So, what?
thinking about when I was in high school at a friend's house. We did pumpkin carving, and he made the joke. I had a crush on a girl at the time, and he made a joke that I should do an I Heart So and So pumpkin. And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be hilarious. Because I'm thinking like they're not gonna, like who's gonna see it, right? We're just carving the pumpkin as like a fun activity. And then his mom posted a picture of all of us with our carved pumpkins. And mine was like, I heart so and so. I was like, this is disastrous, but it's still funny to this day.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
So we're looking toward November. I don't know that we have anything huge happening.
We're probably gonna start
Actually,
tracking some stuff.
you know what? I believe either late November or early December we'll be releasing some more music. So
Ayo.
I don't know why I forgot about that. But
Yeah.
Probably, we're approaching holiday season, and Christmas music is always fun to play.
we're going to talk about that very briefly. But we're probably looking at a late November, early December release date. So
It'll be great.
that's super exciting. It's in mastering right now, or
Correct.
it was in mastering
yeah.
last Saturday.
It's going to be sweet.
So yeah, well, I don't know that we have. You guys got anything else crazy you want to talk about?
Nah.
No, it's just I'm glad we got, time to do this.
Yeah, this was
Hang
good.
out,
This
get
was-
away from our normal environments and hang, write some tunes. It's good.
Feels healthy. Felt right.
Does.
But
Yeah.
also, this has been another form of procrastination for us to kind of unwind and get ready to write songs. So we're gonna go write some songs, and then
And thanks
Yeah,
for
that's
listening.
it. Yeah.
Thanks.
Subscribe to the podcast. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this one. Audio only, just a little quick bonus episode.
We are the OK.com.
Yep. We are the OK.com. Thanks for listening to Live from the Hayloft. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.